Raise your right hand, please. Do you swear to tell me the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
You may sit down.
Thank you.
When the officer brings you into his or her office, don't immediately sit down. The officer will first place you under oath and then tell you to be seated.
Do you have your green card and photo identification?
Yes.
May I see them, please? Okay, and can you tell me your full name, please?
Jorge Luis Ramos.
By following the officer's instructions, you already show that you understand English.
I see here that you want to change your name. Is that correct?
Yes. From Jorge to George.
That will be fine. If your application is approved today, your name will be changed at the swearing-in ceremony. What is your address?
555 Main Street, Brooklyn, New York 11217.
Make sure you know how to properly pronounce the name of the street you live on, as well as your city and state.
And when were you born?
April 30th, 1979.
And where were you born?
Okay, in Guatemala City, Guatemala.
It says here in your application that you have taken 2 trips outside the United States since you became a permanent resident in 2005. Is that true?
Yes.
Just 2 trips, no others, no short trips to Canada or Mexico.
No, just to Italy to visit some relatives and to Paris with my wife.
Great. Are there any other changes to your personal information in your application?
Yes, my wife and I have a son, Mauricio.
Congratulations.
His birth certificate.
And what is your wife's name?
Sofia Ramos.
Okay, good. Now, have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen?
No.
Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local elections in the United States?
No.
Have you ever failed to file your federal income taxes?
No.
Do you have copies of your income taxes with you?
Yes.
May I see them, please? Do you owe any money on any federal, state, or local taxes?
No.
Oh, I'm just gonna hold on to these for a bit. All right. Do you have any title of nobility in any foreign country?
If the officer asks you a question you don't understand, it's okay to ask the officer to phrase it differently. If you pretend to understand and answer it incorrectly, it may appear that you don't understand English, or you may end up giving the officer wrong information.
Can't you explain?
Are you a prince or a duke? Or is there a sir in front of your name?
No.
It says here in your application that you are a member of Habitat for Humanity. Are you a member of any other organizations?
No. My wife and I go to the church, but I'm not a member for any organization.
Have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
No.
Have you ever been a member or in any way associated with, either directly or indirectly, a terrorist organization?
No.
Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, political origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion?
No.
Have you ever called yourself a non-resident on any federal, state, or local tax return?
No.
Have you ever committed a crime or offense for which you were not arrested?
Never.
It's important to detail anything involving law enforcement, even as small as a traffic ticket.
Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense?
No.
Have you ever been jailed or imprisoned?
No.
Have you ever been a habitual drunkard?
No.
Have you ever been a prostitute or procured anyone for prostitution?
No.
Have you ever given any false or misleading information to any U.S. government official while applying for any immigration benefit or to prevent deportation or removal?
No.
Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry into the United States?
No.
Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings pending against you?
Can you explain that question?
Are you likely to be in danger of being deported or removed from this country back to your home country?
No.
Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States?
No.
Have you ever served in the United States Armed Forces?
No.
Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States?
Yes.
Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
Some people think the oath of allegiance is the same as the Pledge of Allegiance. We will explain the oath of allegiance in the study guide.
Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combat services in the U.S. Armed Forces?
Yes.
If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilians' directions?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now I'll need you to sign some documents.
The officer will have you sign your application and the photographs you included with it. Next, she'll move on to the U.S. civics test and the English reading and writing test. In some cases, these tests might be done before the interview, and they may be done by a different immigration officer.
Now, let's take the civics test. Why does the flag have 13 stripes?
For the original 13 colonies.
Correct. Why does the flag have 50 stars?
One for every state.
Right. When was the Constitution written?
1787.
Good. Who is the president during World War I?
Eisenhower.
That's incorrect. It was Woodrow Wilson.
Don't worry if you get one wrong. Remember, you only need to get 6 out of 10 questions correct.
Who wrote the Declaration of Independence?
Thomas Jefferson.
Correct. What was one important thing that Abraham Lincoln did?
He led the United States during the Civil War.
Yes. What is the supreme law of the land?
The Constitution.
Congratulations, you passed the civics test. Now, let's test your reading and writing. Read this sentence.
This one?
Yes.
George Washington was the first president of the United States.
Great. Now, take this pen and write this sentence. The Liberty Bell is in Philadelphia. Okay, very good.